Hey, you! I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Hello. Welcome to today's episode. Happy Tuesday. Let me start off by saying thank you for being here. If you're listening for the first time, make sure you follow so you get updated episodes every Tuesday straight to your phone, whether you're listening to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, anywhere that iHeart that you think that I could be in, I'm probably there. So follow me, show me some love, share it to somebody that you may know that may be needing motivation or just a little nudge in the right direction. And so thank you for that. And if you want to leave me a 5-star or a review, how can I be better or improve? Or you can even send me a text message, so I can see how you are liking that episode. So know that that's available. It will all be on the show notes. So let's get started. Something that I've been doing these past few weeks and days, it's basically just kind of giving you that motivation, those tools to be resilient for this season, to stay motivated through this season, to continue doing the good work, the good habits, to continue to show up. I think one of my favorite quotes that I recently heard was, the fastest point from point A to point B is to go straight, right? But when we think of progress, progress doesn't look that way, right? It's up and downs, up and downs, up and downs. But the consistent line there is pretty forward. It's a straight line. So we're going to be talking about kind of core principles that are going to be non-negotiables, right, in achieving anything meaningful in your life, whether it's goals, whether it's weight loss, whether it's personal growth. The key is showing up and having this discipline, right? And what I find it interesting is that these habits are what are going to separate you from those people that say, oh my gosh, this is so hard, this is impossible to achieve. This is going to separate you from the people that want to make changes, from the people that actually do, the people that actually stay on track, for the people that actually achieve results, right? And so I like to say that weight loss is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Now, if you've had issues like hormone issues or, other types of problems in your body, like autoimmune or things that you've gone through, it might have not been as simple. But maintaining, I think, these habits is what's really have people make it complicated or say that it's hard, because it is a lifestyle. Like, there's a lot of things that work against us. For example, let's say you're trying to eat healthy, right? And the grocery store's pretty much not even a quarter, probably like a little corner of it is produce, and the rest of the store is pretty much processed, ultra processed food, right? So not only do we have, when you're trying to eat healthy, that against us, but we want quick fixes, quick, dopamine hits, quick results. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So we're going to be talking about, the power of just showing up, but showing up consistently, right? So that is number one. You gotta keep trying. You gotta keep going. You have to be just no matter what happens, show up. It's not easy, like as a mom, like I have to make sure I have my sleep right. I have to make sure I stay hydrated. I have to make sure I have my meal prepped. It's hard, it's tiring, it is stressful at times. There's things I can do to make that type of lifestyle simple, but it's still a stressor. It's still hard when you have to go to work and you have to deal with all of that stuff. But you have to choose your heart, right? Like, do I rather be fit and healthy and, have this energy and motivation, this drive to keep forward, or choose your other heart where you're tired all the time, you're just feeling like crap, and you're just dragging yourself through the day and barely surviving. So you got to choose your heart, and that's what I think a lot of people miss. The fact that, because I have this person that commented on one of my transformational videos, like, it baffles me how you can stay consistent for so long, right? Well, for me, it baffles me that you can stay in choosing that side where you don't love yourself enough to make those changes. So the key to this is just showing up for yourself. And so success does not happen overnight. Like, it doesn't happen in a 21 challenge. It doesn't happen in 30 days. It really takes a lot of work and time to develop that personal growth that's going to help you stay consistent. It happens through the act of showing up, even when you don't feel like it. This morning, I was debating in my head, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up, but I have to. So I walked my butt out of bed and got it done. There's more days like that than not. Okay. And if I listen to those thoughts, I'm like, oh, I'll snooze for a little bit, I'll be late. It won't get done, right? Because those negative thoughts are still going to be coming in. But if I, just like a nightmare, right? Like nightmares, we just have them. It's not that we choose to have them. I don't want to have these thoughts. Like, I want to always be motivated. I always want to be, saying yes. But the fact of the matter is that that doesn't happen. But because I've been showing up, because we're going to be talking about showing up, that is half of the battle. And that is how being consistent is going to build momentum over time. We're also going to be discussing that discipline and versus motivational factor, because I get a lot of that as far as like, you're so motivated and you're always working out. And, I kind of stopped showing that I work out because I think people have this perception of that's all I do. That's all I do. That's all I do every day for the, like, that is life. And I was like, no, there's more to that. I'm running a business. I have to drive my kids to soccer practice. I have to pick them up from school. I have to cook dinner. I have to write emails. I have to record these podcasts. I have to take the dog that I go out. I make time for friends. I have networking events. It's not just, that is life, but I make it happen. So many people think that, they have to wait to feel motivated to strike and, before they act. They just want to feel motivated so they can actually do the work. But the reality is that motivation, it's going to not be there all the time. Or you have to create your motivation. You have to, again, show up consistently to create that motivation, to have that discipline, right? So discipline is what's going to keep you going when that motivation runs out. Like today, I did not, like, I struggled, and I have these internal wars in my head of, I'm just going to lay down. This side of me is telling me it's okay, you can rest, you can take a day off. But we got to explore why, discipline is this cornerstone of sustainable success, right? What is discipline? Discipline is self-love, is self-compassion, self Guys, if you're interested in trying out peptides and you don't know where to start, how to get it going, or even, how to start talking to your doctor, I have some information for you. If you want to email me to hyhy@jackiepools.com, I can send you some more information on peptides that are going to be to help you improve your life, feel healthier, improve your metabolism, energy, and just feel happier in your own body. I would love to send you that information. So just email me and we'll get that in your inbox. Now, back to the show. Drive. If you don't have that self-love, then you're not going to have discipline. Then yes, this kind of hard, it's not going to be sustainable for you. Because ultimately we got to ask, why are we showing up? Why are we choosing to do the things that we do? What is your why? What is your drive? What is that one thing that's, getting you up in the morning? What is your purpose? When we have these things in front of us, when we understand that the power of showing up consistently is going to help build discipline and motivation. And when we have those things, we're going to start building these habits that are going to last. So when we talk about habits, how to build discipline through small, whether you call it baby steps, a map system, daily habits, over time, it's going to create a compounded effect. It's not about going all out and taking like massive action all at once. One day you're not going to wake up and you're going to be like, you know what? Today is the day I'm going to go work out, eat healthy, prep my meal, sleep great, and I'm going to do that every single day. If that's something that you've never done before, that you've never been consistent, that's not how it goes, right? We have to set a plan. I like to start small so it's not intimidated, so we build up to get to a place where we can take it all in. So taking manageable steps that are really going to become automatic, second nature. We don't even have to think about it. I mean, I used to track the water intake. That was a habit of mine. How many ounces am I taking today? Do I do that now? No. I know that I have my 32-ounce cup of water and I need 4 of those. Right now, I'm in my third one. That's 90 ounces. Right? I don't think about it. I just know I need it. After I finish one, I fill it up again. Right? It's just second nature. Like, I know it's good for me, so I'm just going to do it. But it's become so secondhand. Like, I don't even think about it anymore. It's not something it's a hard thing for me to do because it's built into my lifestyle. It's built into my routines. It is second nature. It is automatic to where my body is not thinking or processing about it. And that's just one thing, right? So when we show up daily, show up consistently, we are going to create that motivation that's going to help us with discipline. And when we have that, we start creating these building habits that are really going to last. And when we compound these things, over time, we're going to be overcoming this resistance. Like, who am I? Why am I doing this? So when we have these things, resistance shows up. Like I said, I didn't want to wake up this morning. We have these thoughts. I'm not good enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not strong enough. I don't have the willpower. When all of these thoughts show up, that self-doubt, that fear that, I might do it later, procrastinating, how do you push through these barriers and stay on track? Well, we do that by asking, how is this going to benefit me? How can I be a better person today? Is this decision right here going to help me? And those habits, building those habits, is going to help with that resistance, right? Because eventually, when we have those, there's going to be practical ways that we're going to break through this resistance, and you're going to continue to show up for yourself. But again, we got to start off with showing up first and finding why we're showing up, the purpose of us for doing these things. So we can have the motivation to continue the discipline, so we can develop these long-lasting habits and overcome this resistance. Because I'll tell you right now that once you hit this lifestyle, like, you're not normal. People are going to look at you like, you're crazy. I can't believe you do that. You are not normal. You are, a very special individual when you choose yourself, to love yourself. And when we start compounding these things together, like a snowball down a mountain, it's going to roll and get bigger and bigger and bigger once it goes down the hill. And it's going to lead to long-term impact, long-term discipline, long-term self-love and care. And what I've found about this discipline and self-love is that I want to keep becoming a better person. It's not only led me to lose the weight that I need to lose, but it's also resulted in me not wanting to quit, to keep moving forward. And it's expanded into not only my fitness and my business, but also personal growth. And taking this and spreading it to as much people as I can. But it starts with showing up consistently and having that discipline. And what is discipline? Is that self-love. So I want you to, from anything that you get today, take message would be, showing up is the key to getting started. You just got to start. No matter how many times you got to restart, you just got to keep starting. You got to keep going. But discipline is what keeps you going when the road gets tough. When it gets hard, when you're not motivated, when life comes crashing down. Discipline is going to help you create that routine that forces you to show up, even when it's hard. Success is built one disciplined step at a time, one habit at a time, one morning at a time, one decision at a time. I think for today, I would have some recommendations. I think the compounded effect has brought a lot of things. I just finished reading it the other day, and it has a lot of insights of how to maintain, how to shift your perspective, how to keep that motivation going. And so that would be a great tip, if you're looking for a podcast to hear. And if you have insightful ways of how you stay disciplined, when motivation fades, or, what keeps you showing up every day, I would love to hear your thoughts on social media, see how that goes, because it's not easy, but we got to choose your heart, right? Which heart do you want to be part of? I hope this was helpful. I hope this episode inspired you to stay motivated and show up for yourself. Again, make sure to subscribe to Happiness is a Healthier Habit and share it with someone who needs that extra push to stay disciplined and show up every single day. And I'll talk to you next time.